So if you're an Amazon seller, you know firsthand that to compete on Amazon, no matter the business model that you're implementing, be it drop shipping, wholesale FBA, private label, online arbitrage, it doesn't matter. You absolutely need a high-powered software to compete, because if you're trying to compete without a software against everybody else that's using one, you're seriously going to struggle. It's literally like competing with one hand or both hands tied behind your back. You are never going to succeed that way. Then the next step is obviously to get one. But you'll notice that once you start to fill in the blanks of, okay, what software do I need to do X, Y, and Z, you'll realize really quickly that you need one software to reprice, one software for product research, one software for this, one software for that, and you end up piecing together 5, 6, 10 softwares, paying all these monthly fees for all of these softwares that do different specific things within your Amazon business. But you don't need to do that anymore. Sprite is an all-in-one software that solves all your Amazon needs. Let me show you examples here. It is the software that I use for my own Amazon business. I've used it for online arbitrage. I've used it for wholesale. I've used it for drop shipping. It is phenomenal. It comes with everything that you're going to need built in. You can get rid of Keepa. You can get rid of Jungle Scout or Helium 10. You can get rid of your repricer. You can get rid of your Amazon FBA calculator extension, and the list goes on and on. So first example is when you're actually looking for product opportunities, if you're into private label or whatever, if you type a specific keyword into the search bar, it's going to give you all the data, as you can see, on that specific keyword, the monthly units sold, the monthly revenue sold, the average BSR of those specific products, the average price of your competitors, and all of that information that you are going to need. It's also going to show you the search results and the trends of this as well, both on Amazon, on Google, the specific PPC bids. So before you even get into something, you can see if there are other competitors spending a fortune to rank their products, because that's probably something that you want to avoid. And this goes so much more in depth than that, but obviously you can see all the potential here. You can see if other competitors have a patent, so you want to avoid that potential product, whether it's the design or that specific product name. But when you're on a listing, my favorite part is it tells you everything you can possibly know about that specific listing as well. So in the snapshot right here, it's going to tell you right off the bat the FBA fees, the specific variations that are offered, the sales graph of it, what the trend of that sales graph is. Is it going up? Is it going down? The average BSR. But if you scroll down as well, you'll see all these different buttons on the actual listing. So there's a built-in calculator. You don't need to spend money on an Amazon FBA calculator. You can just use the one that comes for free when you subscribe to Sprite. And the best part as well about Sprite that I've covered in another video where I actually compare it to Helium 10 and Jungle Scout, I'll link that video at the bottom of the description where I go into all the different insight and the different packages that they offer and price points for whatever. That will be linked at the bottom of the description if you want to check it out. But Sprite actually gives you a free trial to use the software with no restrictions like some of the other ones. So you can take it for a full test drive to see if it fits for you and how well it can actually solve your needs. Spoiler, it can. And I know that this sounds very biased, but after about 6 months using this software for drop shipping and online arbitrage, because I've kind of moved out of wholesale now, it is phenomenal. There's not much else to say about it, and it literally has every solution you could possibly need. So for my drop shipping business, when I'm retail drop shipping on Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, any of those other websites, you can literally just download the images from the listing instantly, which is another feature that they just built into the software completely free. If you're downloading product videos to dropship on TikTok Shop, which is another way that I teach and also do myself, again, you can just download the images, download the videos right off the listing, utilize them in your software, make a brand new video to sell your TikTok Shop or your TikTok affiliate products. If you're trying to review this for Amazon Influencer Program, you could download the Q&A, sort through the best specific questions on there, sort through the best answers, make your own video, obviously with the top questions in mind, which is going to help you make a better video that people are going to more watch and will convert more on yours because you're answering their actual questions instead of just making a B-roll footage of the actual product. That does that. If you're trying to build a listing to try to put together the best keywords and optimize it for private label, use the listing builder. But my favorite part of this for drop shipping, online arbitrage, and wholesale when you're sourcing products and you're trying to find if this product is actually profitable, is it selling, is the historical trends button. So if you click the historical trends button, you can see not just the actual snapshot in time, which is bestseller rank, which Helium 10 or Jungle Scout's going to tell you. It will tell you the trend over time, a lot like Keepa does, only this is, in my opinion, better because it gives you so much more data. It's going to tell you the monthly sales trend of this actual product. It's also going to show you the daily units trend of the product, both the BSR and how that fluctuates over time, the daily sales. And the reason that that's important is because you don't just want to see that this product was selling well over the last 30 days, but it's dropped off significantly. Or maybe it's spiked up the last week, and usually the only sales that come from this are maybe 5 to 10 a day, but for some reason it's spiked all the way up, and that could be because somebody tanked the price, that could be because someone's running PPC, it could be a lot of different things, but that's obviously a major red flag that you're going to want to know that information for. So it shows you the daily units and monthly units trend over time. It's also, again, going to show you the BSR over time, how that fluctuates, which is invaluable because you don't want to source a product that's not going to sell for you. It's also going to show you the price trend, just like Keep It as well, and whether or not Amazon's on that listing and what Amazon's price is, as well as the actual price on the buy box for that. As you can see right here, since about 2-3, which is about 5 months ago, it stayed pretty steady with a dip every once in a while to $18, but for the most part, it sticks right around 20 bucks. And so you can feel pretty confident about this product specifically, whereas some products, if you just look in that 30-day period, you'll notice that it looks pretty steady. But if you extrapolate that data over 3 months, 6 months, obviously then the product might change a lot because it might go up or fluctuate down significantly. And again, that's information that you're going to want to know. You're also going to want to know the ratings and the rating velocity. So make sure that, yeah, it's selling, but if the ratings are also steadily going up, that means that it's consistently selling and it's consistently getting ratings. All of these are data points that you're going to want to check off, because if you're just looking at one specific data point that's BSR, or one specific data point that is the actual price over a 30-day span, you're really limited and you're handcuffed to hoping that this product actually is what it looks like. But if you're looking at the monthly sales trend, the daily sales trend, the BSR trend, the price trend, the ratings and the rating velocity trend, you're touching so many more data points that you can be pretty much sure that this product is what it looks like. So that is a game changer. Now, on top of that, it also comes with a free stock estimator, so you can see how many other sellers are actually on this listing selling this product and how many products they actually have in stock. So currently there's only one seller on this, Pop Poly, but if you look at some other listings, obviously that will not be the case. There might be 5, 10, 20 sellers on it. And again, that's something that you're going to want to know if you're selling an online arbitrage product or drop shipping a product, because that's going to cut into your sales estimates. If there's 1,000 units sold a month, but there's 10 sellers on it, or 9 sellers, so that we can do easier math, and you hop on as the 10th seller, well, if all things are equal in a vacuum, which a lot of times they aren't, but let's assume that they are, well, you can only realistically assume that you might make 100 sales a month, not 1,000, because there's 9 other sellers and you would be the 10% of that. So as you can see on this one, again, this is just the brand on it with one Amazon refurbished, but that won't be typical. Typically, you'll see a lot more sellers on a listing that's not a specific private label brand product. But Seller Sprite is phenomenal. You should look into it. It doesn't matter if you're a drop shipper, if you're selling online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, if you're doing wholesale FBA, if you're doing private label, it has all the specific tools that you could possibly need. And if you'd like to see a comparison, like I said before, of Seller Sprite and how it stacks up against Jungle Scout and Helium 10, which are the other 2 powerhouses in this space, I did a full breakdown of every potential tool that you could possibly get out of this software and the price points of everything here too, comparative to both Helium 10 and Jungle Scout. If you'd like to check that video out, it is linked up in the right hand corner right now. I will also drop it at the bottom of the description, like I said before. Regardless of what you're doing, you need an Amazon software. And I still remember when I had my dropshipping business, I literally would piece together 10 different softwares and I had to pay 10 different subscription fees. I had 10 different systems for how to run my software, and my VA had to operate all of them. It was a headache, let alone actually sourcing profitable products and making sure that we were making money. So you don't want that. You want it to be as easy as possible, as simple as possible, and this is your solution for that. So if you'd like to try Seller Sprite, you can do so completely free through the first link in the description. Again, take it for a full test drive. Don't just listen to me. You will see how well it works for you. I can't recommend it enough. But as always, guys, I just want to cover what works for me, and this does, so I hope it helps.